thought I'd take a second and share too. Danielle again, Danielle's Homemade Products. For house rules, this is just, and I'm going to redo this because I can't write straight to save my life. This is just I don't know if it's considered a shadow box because it's just basically a picture frame. You can use any kind of picture frame, any size, and the glass can be used to write. Wait, that sentence didn't make any sense. Let me try that one again. You can write on the glass with a dry erase marker, and it will, number one, you can see it is legible depending on the size marker that you're using. But I hate when I hit the back button. But it is legible, but it's also erasable. So I'm going to be actually printing these out on paper and putting it inside there just to make it a little bit more legible because, like I said, I can't write straight to save my life. And I didn't quite fit all of the ones on there that I wanted to fit. So that's another project of the day. So this basically is the before, and I'll show you the after once it's done. Alright guys, I am back. I have finished the rules list. There we go. It's kind of hard to get, and all I did is I printed it out on regular paper, and I just put it, this particular frame has 2 pieces of glass and a little wooden piece that keeps the 2 pieces of glass together. So I just put the paper in between the 2 pieces of glass and went about my merry way. I used to have it just written on dry erase words with a piece of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper in there, but the paper that was in there doesn't match the decor, and I don't have all of my paper here yet. So I do have a screenshot of the rules that because I typed them up first on a memo program on my tablet, and then I typed them up on the computer from there and printed them out. So I do have a screenshot of the actual rules that I will attach at the end. And then I made this little bottom part. And it notes that they're subject to change without warning or notice, and that is that in case we need to change, adjust, add, delete, whatever we need to do to the rules. Say, one of them is no longer an issue and we don't need to have it up on the rule list anymore, then we can, remove it and or add a new one that we need to work on as a family or whatnot. So that way we don't hear, oh, well, you didn't tell us about that one before. Yeah, no, that's satisfied. And then I also notated on it here, because I'm going to have each of the kids, between me and my man, we've got 4 kids. Each of the kids will get a copy and they'll sign it, so that, if they've got any questions, we can answer it. But I have notated that they received a reasonable explanation, because I'm not going to spend a year going through each of these rules and, different situations in which the rules could be not applied, because that's how our kids think, and that will be what would happen. We would spend a day on rule number 1, which just says we are in charge, period. They would argue the fact about, well, what happens if this person is here for right now, or if this person's with us after, and they would just go and they would be a dead horse. It's just the way our kids are. We know it. So this way they can get an answer that is reasonable. And as far as I'm concerned, yes, because I said so is a reasonable explanation. And we can go from there. But this basically touched on the major issues, for the most part, that we face with the kids. Like me and Joe are in charge, period. They don't need the younger kids don't need the older kids telling them constantly what to do. They have a mother, father. That's the people who should be telling them what to do, or whoever is watching them at the time. That way it's covered. Garbage goes in the trash can. Doesn't go on the table, doesn't go on the floor, doesn't go wherever they feel like leaving it. It goes in the garbage can. Okay? We've got one of the younger ones likes to touch everything, even things that shouldn't be touched. So we've got that rule situated. We've got Miss Whiny Pants here at times, so that rule is addressed. For the most part, we don't have too many problems with the kids not eating what we make, thankfully. But that is also covered just in case, because my whiner can be a bit picky at times on what she eats, and I had to install the 3 no thank you bite rule in order to get her to try things that she wasn't necessarily familiar with and was just telling me she didn't like it because she'd never tried it. I don't play that game, but because of some of our children being older, I think the oldest one is 14, youngest one is 9. The 2 middle girls are actually only 8 months apart in age, which is kind of funny. And that's my daughter and my boyfriend's oldest daughter. So we've kind of given them a way to have a little bit of control where there was no control, so they can choose to either do the 3 no thank you bites, or they can choose to roll 2 dice, and whatever number appears on that dice is the number of bites they would need to take minimum. Now, that does not mean they get something else. That does not mean, okay, I've taken my no thank you bites, I'm going to go make myself something else to eat. No, you get what you get. If you don't like it or don't want to eat it, that's your choice. You'll eat just fine at the next meal without starving. Trust me, our kids will not starve if they miss a meal. Most of our kids, I think, actually all of our kids, you know, they'll be fine if they miss one meal. They're not going to die from missing one meal. Trust me. Our kids eat constantly. So that's covered. Being respectful. Oh, my box came. Yay. Thank you, babe.
Mom, show YouTube Joe.
I will, once the dogs are not trying to hump each other, even though they're both boys.
Okay.
Another thing that we struggle with the kids is feeling like they need to eat constantly.
Same.
Sky is bad about it. You know, my boyfriend's kids are bad about it. So we've got the, kitchen is...
Mom.
Holy shot. The kitchen is not open 24 hours a day. They can only eat before a certain time. At night or after a certain time in the morning.
Mom.
That way we eliminate some of that. Yes, child.
And also, the thing is, food, just like having a piece of toast and breakfast, can manage me up to lunch. My stomach, my brain automatically thinks, oh, I'm bored. Let's go find something to eat.
Yes, our kids are very bad about feeling the need to eat just because they're bored. And their bored is not really truly bored. Their bored is mom and dad or brother and sister are not entertaining me right now, so I'm going to stuff my face. And unfortunately, me and my boyfriend are not skinny, model, thin size to people to start with.
I'm the only one in here where I'm skinny.
I think the Sky is probably the skinniest of all of us, and trust me, the kid can eat. She can out-eat me. She's done it for years. She's got her dad's hollow legs. That's just the way she is, but our kids tend to be a little bit more on the chunky side, and as a health concern, given my health issues, and, the kids' biological parents, their mom and dad's health issues, we're trying to kind of prevent anything that we can prevent by eating a little bit healthier. Now, there have been times where the kids have just finished eating. They put their bowl or plate or whatever in the sink and then have turned around and looked at us and said, can we have dessert? If you're still hungry, eat some more food. So that's something that we're trying to kind of help get the kids used to, not eating constantly. We do have a couple of issues right now with some of the kids sneaking food. We have not figured out which kid it is, but there's been times where we've gone in to get something that we know. And mind you, I have put locks on the fridge and freezer, and I'll be happy to show those in another video. And we do store a lot of our snacky type foods in our laundry room, which I'll be working on in just a few minutes, which our door has come off the hinges. So right now I don't have a door on that room, which kind of stinks because I had it so that I could lock it and not let the kids into the room unless they had permission. So that is going to be something we'll have to address pretty quickly as well. But this way,
And I found out where I had the key really, really quickly.
Okay, sorry about that. So, and not only that, but like I said, if they're bored, I'm not your entertainment. I'm not here to entertain you. I have things of my own that I need to get done. Your dad has things of his own he needs to get done. You guys are old enough to entertain yourself. So, if I hear you are bored, we will find something for you to clean. That's just the way it goes, because that helps forestall that. Fortunately, that was a big issue I had with Sky when she was little, especially with her being an only child in the house for the longest time, which let me tell you how much of an adjustment that is for her right now. It's killing her. But she felt that she needed to be entertained all the time, and I'm sorry. I don't get paid what an actor gets paid to entertain people, so you're gonna have to figure it out for yourself. So the other thing that we've got is, I don't know if anybody else's kids have this issue, but I know our kids do. You know, they want to eat out all the time. They want to get, excuse me, stop it. What'd I just say?
Sorry.
And the listing is a skill we're working on as well. But they'll want to eat out all the time, or we'll run to the store for something specific, and it'll be an argument halfway through the store and then all the way out the door on what they could not get because they wanted it. That it's just, I'm done with it. We're all done with it. It's tired. It gets tired very quickly. It gets old really quickly. So we're trying to forestall this. So if we say no, it means no. We don't have a money forest, because a money tree by itself wouldn't be enough. We need to have a whole dang forest.
We should not with new kitties and new.
Okay, we'll do that in another video, yes. So this way, you know, we can kind of forestall that before it even happens. If we say no, it means no, end of discussion. Another thing is we're dealing with issues of responsibility and wanting to be responsible, but still wanting to act younger than themselves when it suits them. And so we're working on that issue along with it. And, you know, where dirty clothes goes, where, you know, where different things are supposed, you know, what they're supposed to do beforehand, or, you know, leaving their stuff oh God, Sky is horrible about this. I don't know if anybody else has kids that do this, but no matter where they are, whenever they're done with something, or if they've changed their clothes or taken their socks off or their shoes off, wherever that happens, the item is left wherever that happens, and it drives me insane. So that is something that we're working on as well. And I'm going to try and hold this as steady as I can. It is number 6 on my list. Items left out will be forfeited, along with an additional item of adult's choice. This way the kids can't leave out something like their socks and think, it's going to be okay, I'm just going to lose my socks. No, you are also going to lose whatever item I feel like taking at that particular moment in time, because you decided to leave your socks in the middle of my living room floor.
My phone.
Which, yes, in Sky's case, it would probably be her phone. So this kind of makes them a little bit more aware of what they're doing and pay attention to that. Not only that, but we've got a couple of ones where, you know, be aware of your settings. We are in an apartment building right now. Sky has always been in either a house or in the middle of Bufu, Egypt, where it didn't matter how loud she was in the house. The only person it bothered was me. It didn't matter if she ran through the house, because the only person it bothered was me, you know, stomping her feet, so on and so forth. So I'm trying to get her used to understanding that there are neighbors below us and next to us and across the hall from us, and nobody wants to hear what she's doing. They don't want to hear elephants galloping through through the apartment. The neighbors below do not want to know where she is every moment of the time, because they can hear her walking. So that's something that we're trying to get all of the kids used to. So there you have it. I know this is a long-winded video on the rules. And again, I will put in a screenshot of the whole rule. Leave Molly alone, please, because you're driving me nuts. Oh. Breathe. Breathe, then assign a chore.
What? No.
That's going to be the new punishment.
No.
All right. So there you have it. Let me know in the comments below what is your favorite rule that I've got here. If you don't have, you know, ones of your own that you've installed, or even tell me what your favorite rule in your house is, because honestly, I'm sure I missed quite a bit. I tried to cover everything when we were discussing the rules, me and my boyfriend, but I'm sure I've missed something. So whatever your favorite one of these is, and then whatever one is your favorite in your own household, let me know in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.